This week we traveled to the town of Floyd. In 1790, just after the American Revolution, Captain Benjamin Pike made his way up the Tayunansoke waterway to build his cabin in an area known as the Punch Bowl. The community grew rapidly, becoming a magnet for intellectually inclined Masonic, scholarly, political, and anti-slavery activities. In the hamlet of Camroden Corners stands the historic Presbyterian Church, now home to the Town of Floyd Historical Society.
You're at Camroden Corners, which the name Camroden comes down from the Welsh word for Welsh comrades. A place of Welsh comrades, Cwmradorion, and it got fractured by the Yankees who lived down below. See, there were the Welsh people up here, and the Yankees lived down below, and it got fractured from Cwmradorion to Camroden.
The town of Floyd was founded in 1796, and it's a historical fact that it was founded 30 minutes before Rome because the legislature in Albany was voting on this, and Floyd came first, so it's older than the city of Rome. Floyd was named for William Floyd, who was one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence. He didn't live here, he lived in the adjoining town of Westernville. The town of Floyd is also the town where a very young and handsome assistant district attorney back in, I think it was 1967, had his very first trial.
And how'd it go, Richard?
You had to ask, didn't you? I lost.
You know it stands so tall, reaching high in the new blue sky. There's a coal man and his sons, the kings and the silvers, in the rivers they run, and the eagle soars in the distance of grizzly.
If you travel around to Firemen's Field Days, come here to Floyd in July for theirs, and while you're here, it's held across the way in that field. Make time to visit the Veterans and the Firefighters Memorial. The park is also dedicated to Lieutenant Stephen Moulton, who is a local hero from the Revolutionary War. He used his own money to train some 950 men to fight in the Revolution, and he was appointed a lieutenant colonel by none other than George Washington himself.
We had so much more to share, and when you get to heaven where the angels sing, God will grant you peace, you've earned your wings. Sing a song for me and let your banjo ring when you get to heaven where the angels sing.
I am here at the Floyd Town Park, which is called Tayunansoke, and that is Native American for place of the beech tree standing. And the people here in Floyd have adopted this name so as to keep our history in this area alive.
More and more people from outside the area are discovering the beautiful Mohawk Valley region. Fred and Marjorie Myers of Belle Maison Farm welcome them.
Now I've been to the mountaintops and my share of troubles too.
Whether they're visiting the area for a historical or Revolutionary War tour or biking along the Erie Canal, guests wake to the aroma of Marjorie's homemade wild blueberry muffins and apple pie. The horses enjoy snacking on the leftover apple peels and are always interested in meeting new people.
I don't know if they still make them. Back then they were the best.
Fred's love is showing his prize Holsteins with his grandchildren. He has a good feeling that this calf has a bright future.
Hey, back before they failed.
A year, maybe a year and a half ago, when we went to Holland Patent, we talked about their independent telephone company. That was started by Hugh Roberts. The house behind me was built by Hugh Roberts, and now it is a bed and breakfast, the Belle Maison. If you're into bed and breakfast, or is it beds and breakfast, whatever it is, if you're into that kind of thing, take a trip out here to Floyd and spend some time in this bed and breakfast, because it is filled with history. History buffs out there will love it, and the food is incredible. Everything is homemade, the blueberry muffins, and a special treat are the brown eggs from Barred Rock chickens that are roaming free behind the barn.
This world has seen to make strangers out of anyone in need. Their hands are idle, but their tongues move fast and proud. Where the lion's den is never far from where the vultures feed. And the sign on the window spells out who's allowed.
One of the many antiques at the bed and breakfast came from Finishing Touches Art and Antiques, next door to the Presbyterian Church in Camroden Corners. Here, among the antique furniture, you will find Sally's artwork on glass, using a technique known as reverse painting. Her gallery is open by appointment.
Made room for a seat. I said, have you ever found
In
yourself
downtown
without?
Floyd, don't blink, you'll miss it, we find Floyd Country Living, where you'll find local honey, tools, gifts, and flowers to fill your summer garden. Richard is always on the lookout for roadside stands. The fields at Capanas Farm are looking green. This morning they're picking extra peas for Mohawk Valley Living viewers. They're located on Koenig Road, just south of Floyd. Just east of Floyd on Route 365 is Lacey J's Cafe, and it's a popular spot. They serve up all your favorites for breakfast and lunch and Friday night dinners. They also brought back mini golf with clever putting greens, and there's a driving range too. There's also an ice cream window to celebrate a good game of golf.
I've always waitressed. Donna's always been a cook, so it seemed like an appropriate business to get into. We did always tend to really care about what we were doing in the restaurant. And I absolutely enjoy waiting on people. It sounds funny, but I really like doing it. And he loves cooking. Cooks at home. He never gets sick of it. He actually prefers concocting his own things, so he's one of the only cooks I know that can cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Usually that's fairly rare. Why Floyd? I like that it is a small town. I mean, we have so many regulars that you get to know, and it's just nice. I like that I came from working at Casabs and New Hartford and stuff, and that's a small kind of place too. You get all the same people in, and everyone grows close. You do feel like, I have people that we give Christmas cards to, or they give us Christmas cards. So I like the small town stuff. And I grew up in Oriskany. He grew up right in Rome, so we're small town people.
Excuse me. When we came here, we asked for a small portion of what we ordered. Trust me, there's nothing here that's a small portion. The restaurant is called Lacey J's, after the owner, and I sort of figured after what we were served today that the J stood for giant. Jumbo. That's right, excuse me. Jumbo portions, because they are jumbo. If you come here today and you order a special, the second special is going to be free, and one of the specials is build your own omelet.
The very first settlement in the town of Floyd was located in the Punch Bowl, and we're not going to leave until we find it. We're not sure exactly what we're looking for, but with a little help and a few wrong turns, we find it.
Every community has its own local hangout, and here in the town of Floyd we asked what that was, and everybody we talked to mentioned the Punch Bowl, and whenever the Punch Bowl was mentioned there was a smile and a twinkle in their eye. So we searched around the town of Floyd, finally found it, and here it is behind me. It's the 9 Mile Creek, and if you're looking for a place to relax, this is the place to come to.
The Punch Bowl is located on Davis Road along its south side. Haphazard trails wander through the weeds to the creek.